maths teacher shove their bum cheeks in your face. So I'm just here trying to get through the actual bloody school day. And then one of my friends, I laugh, and I'm like, what are you staring at? She's looking behind me. So I look behind me, and oh my God, his bum cheeks is in my face. I'm sorry. Let's go! Yes, that's happening. So do you mind not doing that? Me and my friends were just giggling about it. And then basically, giggling and having a fun time about it. We're laughing about it. Like, this is not a big enough classroom if your bum's in my face when you're bending down to help another kid. He actually stands up and her bum cheeks hit the back of my head. Me and my friends, we were laughing, like madly laughing, the urge of crying. Actually, my friend laughed that snot came out of her nose.
So when I was little, my mom took me and my brother to the local pool. I was 12, he was 4. So while my mom and I sunbathed, he played in the kiddie pool. When all of a sudden he comes up to us and says, "Mommy, I gotta go pee-pee." And instead of taking him to the bathroom, my mom said, "Go pee-pee in the pool." Shame on you, Carol Ann. We continued to lay out in the sun until all of a sudden we hear everyone scream. Oh my God, some kids peeing in the kiddie pool. Torian didn't understand, and he went over to the kiddie pool, pulled down his pants, and pee-peed like he was peeing in the toilet. But my mom is clever, and she pretended like she didn't know whose kid it was. And we never went back to that pool again.
Here's a story time of how me and my sisters almost got kidnapped. So my mom and her boyfriend were just going to go out and have a night to themselves, and I was home watching my 2 little sisters. At the time, I was 13, my 2 little sisters were 9 and 6. So around 6 p.m., my mom and her boyfriend leave. Me and my sisters just sit down and watch a movie, and then I get up to make them dinner. I get paranoid really easily, and while I was making them dinner, I look out the kitchen window, and I thought I seen somebody in the backyard. I text my mom, and she gets on the cameras that are outside, and she said nobody was out there. I continue making them dinner, we sit down and eat, and then we start watching another movie. Then we start hearing knocking. It wasn't coming from any of the doors, it was coming from the side of the house. I didn't want to bother my mom on her one night out, so I just took the kids and we went upstairs and watched a movie in my room. My 6-year-old sister at the time went to the bathroom and she came back in literal tears. She was literally crying so hard until I finally got her to stop and tell me what was wrong. She said as she was walking back from the bathroom, she seen somebody downstairs. I quietly locked my door and I put my sisters in the closet and I called my mom right away. Part 2 of how me and my sisters almost got kidnapped. I called my mom and then she looked on the cameras downstairs and somebody was in the house. She never told me what the person was doing. I guess she just didn't want me worrying, but she called 911 right away. While my 2 little sisters were in the closet, my 6-year-old sister would not stop crying and I'm pretty sure the person downstairs heard her. At this time, my mom and her boyfriend were already on the way and so were the police. I heard him coming up the steps, so I quietly opened the closet door and promised my sisters that they would stay quiet and be calm no matter what. I didn't know what he was here for, so I hid in the side of the bed in front of the closet so that he would get to me before he got to the girls. I heard him just rummaging through stuff and stuff breaking. Then a couple minutes later, I hear the police sirens. Right as I hear the police sirens, I hear a bedroom window smash. While trying to stay as calm as I can, 3 policemen bust down the door. They grab me and my sisters and take us outside. About 5 minutes after they take us outside and put us in the back of their car, my mom and her boyfriend shows up. About 20 minutes later after he was caught, they did notify us that he was wanted for murder of 2 younger girls and 1 adult male. About $10,000 of our stuff was either missing or broke. Then about a month later when we were capable to, we did move. Nothing has happened since.
Story time about this girl who faked being Latina. So there was this girl who went to my school. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah is the queen of lies. In every subject we talk about, Sarah always, and I mean always, comes up with a lie that has to do with her life. Here's an example. What if we're talking about Tom Holland? She'd just come in and say, "Oh yeah, Tom Holland is my dad's friend. I met him once." You know, these types of lies. Another one is when she told everyone she's Latina. It was lunchtime in school and we were talking about where we went for the summer. Sarah tells us that she went to Spain and she started telling us on what she did there and says that she's 50% Latina. She also said that she lived in Spain for 6 years. And if there is any person who lived in Spain for 6 years, they must know how to speak Spanish. And then my story time about... And my friend Kayla asked Sarah, what does good morning mean in Spanish? And then Sarah looks at us, looks back at her food, and said, I don't know, I'm still taking Spanish lessons. And we just look at her that she doesn't even know what good morning means in Spanish. If she had lived in Spain for 6 years, she would have known what it meant. I don't know how, but that incident has spread around the entire school. Every person that walks past Sarah just says, Buenos dias, basically teasing her about not knowing what good morning means in Spanish. And then Sarah didn't show up to school for 3 days after that.
Story time on how my friend scammed me. So, a little background information. I was 6, so then, she loved playing Adopt Me, and of course I hated playing it. So hey, I was like, hi, can I have some pets in a chat? And then, you won't believe this. This girl said, hi, I would like a pet in the chat. And then I said, then what pet do you want? She said, my frost dragon. And that's my best pet, so then she said that she would give me a chick for free. So then I said, sure, why not? So then she traded in the chick first. I clicked accept, and you won't believe what happened. She said, can I borrow your frost dragon? And I said, sure. So then I was screaming the next day. She joined me, and I told her, can I have my frost dragon back? She was like, no, this is my frost dragon. I bought it with my money. And I was like, you can't buy it with money. She said, Roblox. So then I said, give me my frost dragon back. I'll give you your trick back. She said, what trick? And then I was like, oh my gosh. My friend texted me and she said, hi, you want to play Batman? So I said, sure. And then she went instead of Adopt Me on that account. She said in the chat, hi, Lucy. And I said, hi. And then she's like, had her frost dragon out. She had my frost dragon out. And then she said, do you like my frost dragon? And I said, why are you on this account? I thought you had Roblox. And she immediately left the game and said, we're not friends anymore. Give me my frost dragon. And I started crying my face off. Like, I was not crying. I was screaming. Like the cartoon.
Story time of how my friend got me in trouble. So a little background information. I was 5 and I liked playing creepy games when I was 5. So me and my friend played something, but she wasn't here. So my friend, let's call her Emma. So my friend Emma came up and said, can I play with you? And I said, sure.
And she said, let's pretend that we're awakening something from the dead. So we were actually playing the game with like the star in the middle. And there was this boy who passed away in my grade. So we were awakening him from the dead. And me and my friend, the girl who wasn't here, we watched this creepy video and we were also awakening him from the dead. Because we thought he actually died. So my friend over there, she said, a couple days after that, when my friend came back, I told her if she wanted to play the game with me. And we needed 5 people to do it. So we used the 5 people. And then a few days after that, my teacher called me up to go to her desk. So me and my 2 friends went. My friend Emma, she wasn't here. So my 2 friends went, and so this girl told on me and my friends. So me and my 2 friends went, and you won't believe what happened. She said, what are you doing? And as a straightforward person I am, I said, hey, we're playing something, awaking someone from the dead. And then my teacher said, yeah, you can't awake anyone from the dead. Don't play a game about people passing away. And I was so confused. Like, I didn't even want to do it. My friend was like, Lucy, you did it because you participated in it. And I was like, I didn't do it. And then she was like, I haven't told my teacher this yet, but this was the worst grade ever. I got blamed. Blamed. And everyone was chasing me. I was in tears. Everyone was chasing me. And my friend told me that Emma made it. So all's good and all's fine. Bye, loves.
Just stop. There has to be someone in your class where they're always like, when the teacher calls on someone and then the person's like, yeah, I knew that too. No, you didn't know it. Like, stop, you stupid people. Why? I can't. Everyone does this in my grade and class. And like, it makes you just not want to go to school. And yeah, I was literally like, cause this, I was literally like, dying because of this. And like, if the teacher ever calls you up to her desk, and you're also like, and the teacher calls you up to the desk, and then she says, you wrote that answer wrong, write it down. And the person was like, I was gonna write it down. Like, you know, this kind of people doing it. Like, I'm sick of it. I can't. Be quiet, you stupid booger. You do not mean it. Bye.
So it's of how the girl used me. So, a little background information. I was 6 because I didn't know anything about music. My teacher hasn't taught me. My mom hasn't. So she started saying, I'm sorry, I can't go to your house and go upstairs. I don't have any money. So then I gave her some of my money. And you won't believe what happened next. She said, this isn't love. I put one in her hands. She said this isn't enough. I put like $50 in her hand. And then she started to dance like, she's like, yeah, I can afford this. And then she said, hey, do you want to come to my house? And I was like, sure. So then I went to her house, and you guys knew this. It was a mansion. Went for part two. Part two was how the girl was using me. So it was a giant mansion, like, there's $100 She took me up to her room, and she had a queen, a king-size bed. And she said, yeah, and the next princess. And I said, I thought you couldn't afford anything. And then she was like, and she immediately grabbed my hand and threw me outside. That's the end of the story time. Goodbye.
Story time of how I borrowed my baby rabbit. So a little background information, I was 7. And so he had this toy that he could play with him, and he was crying. So I immediately grabbed him. I put him inside of the toy, and he fell down. The toy was wooden with metal, like, together. He started crying. I picked him up, I brought him to my mom, and I spotted blood dripping from his face. His nose was bleeding, his face was bleeding, and he can't trust me. As I'm getting older, I totally regret doing this. Like, I would never do it again. That's like the story.